Welcome everyone. Welcome to another video of BioGuide. Hope you people are all safe and sound. And yes, 2020 was an year of total confusion, a lot of panic, a lot of worries. But at the end of the year, the ultimate success of all of us is that we are still healthy and managing to survive. We are the fighters and we are the warriors. We could even cope up with all the adversities, with all the negative impact of this year. Sometimes nature itself takes a revenge on us. So this was a kind of revenge taken by the nature by introducing this coronavirus. And this year was a complete year with filled with a lot of discussions based on COVID. But now we have managed, know all the precautions, what to apply in order to stay safe, and at the same time all the field including science research and other economics everywhere people are continuously working on projects for the development of vaccine, because vaccine is a kind of solution. At least we can build up our own immunity to fight against this virus and keep ourselves safe. So today we are going to discuss a little bit of the updates of the vaccine scenario of this COVID. So what is COVID-19? I know all of you are familiar with this term. So it's an infectious disease caused by newly discovered coronavirus, and people are falling sick. They are experiencing mild to moderate symptoms, and some people whose immunity is stronger, they can, without special treatment, they can recover. And it is mainly transmitted through droplets. It's through coughs and sneezing and exhales, and generally they cannot, these droplets are heavier, so they generally do not float or uh, blow hang in the air. They generally get settled and fall on the floors and surfaces. That is why everywhere it is told not to touch any handle or do not touch your hands on the wall, because the places where people are commonly touching, those places are very much can be loaded with this virus. And obviously you can be infected by breathing the virus if you are within close proximity of someone who has COVID-19, or by touching or contaminated surface, and then through your eyes, nose and mouth. That is why we are all accustomed with wearing mask, applying sanitizer, wearing head cap, face shield. So many new things came into our life suddenly, and now they became the new normal. So vaccination is a simple, safe and effective way of protecting people against harmful diseases before they come into contact with them. That is the strategy behind the vaccine, that if you already have that antibody that can kill that virus, then even if the virus is coming into your body, you are already having that defense mechanism within your body to fight against that virus, and you will be safe. It is kind of energizing or recharging your own immune system. It is like training your immune system to be ready and to fight against those viruses. Why this COVID-19 was so dangerous? Even after medical system has become so developed, why a single virus created so much pandemic? This is because this virus was unknown. Our body's defense mechanism was not familiar with this virus. So there was no fighting mechanism established within our body. But once people who have now already infected by this virus and have got recovered, they have produced antibodies against these viral particles, viral antigens. Now, once they have antibodies, and if the antibodies could be stored in the memory cells and could be produced and would sustain within the body, then in the next encounter of the virus will be much more safer, because then my body already have that antibody and that can kill that virus much more effectively. So I will not develop any kind of symptoms, and I will never suffer from the disease if already my antibody is working properly in my body. This is another reason why the plasma therapy came after the encounter of this virus, because already the survivors, the COVID survivors who already developed antibodies within their body, those antibodies reside in the blood plasma. And if you collect the plasma from those people, provided that they should not be positive anymore, they would only have the antibodies in their body. And if we collect those antibodies and supply it to the infected individuals, then those antibodies will be directly supplied to the patient's body, and that would be effective to kill the virus. Now, this is a kind of therapy, and another is vaccine. So what is vaccine? In the case of vaccine, a viral particle or the virus itself in an inactivated form is administered within the body, so that the antibody will be generated in my body and my body will be ready for the future attack. Now, what is the basic difference between plasma therapy and vaccine? In case of plasma therapy, I'm directly providing the antibody, and the antibody may kill the virus for that time being, but it will not be sustaining within my body. On the other hand, if vaccine is encountered or vaccine is administered in my body will develop antibodies by fighting the virus, and it will produce memory cells so that the antibodies will sustain in my body. So this is active immunity vaccination, but that plasma therapy was a passive immunity. Both were antibody mediated, but in one case the antibody was supplied in case of plasma therapy, and in case of this vaccine, my body is producing the antibody. So the vaccine reduce the risk of any disease by working on the natural defenses, means already we have our immune system, so it will recharge our immune system, it will trigger our immune system to produce the antibody. And generally we know, according to World Health Organization, we already have 20 life threatening means we have antibodies against 20 life threatening viruses. So like this tetanus, pertussis, influenza, measles, diphtheria. So we are very much hopeful that we will also have COVID vaccine very, very near future. So now what are the targets of the virus which can be the part of the vaccine production? So first of all, the spike protein. We all know the structure of the coronavirus. It has some spike protein protruding from the surfaces, which actually allow the virus to means attach with the cells of the body. Basically, it enters through our respiratory system, and within our lungs, it actually gets its place in the type 2 pneumocytes of lungs, because type 2 pneumocytes have ACE2 receptor which can bind with the spike protein, and thus they interact within the human body and starts functioning. So spike protein is the best target for designing the antibody. Other than spike protein, the outer surface uh, lipids, polysarcosin, PEG, DMG, DSPC, and cholesterol, those can be also used as a viral particle to generate antibody. Viral RNA is a very good target of making antibody. So these are the parts of the virus which could be used to make the virus. I mean, which could be helpful for making the vaccine. We don't want any more virus. Extremely sorry. We want the vaccine. So these are the part of the virus which could be effective for making the vaccine itself. So as for the update, there are some authorities who have designed some vaccine and which are coming in near future. For example, Oxford AstraZeneca, it has a viral vector vaccine. The dosage is described as 2 doses in the interval of 4 weeks. It has 62 to 90% effectivity as claimed by the organization, and the storage is 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Next, the most wided, most discussed vaccine of Moderna, it's a RNA vaccine. The dosage is again 2 doses in the interval of 4 weeks. The effectivity, as claimed by the organizers, is 95%. And as you know, RNA can be stored in minus 20 degrees Celsius. So here the vaccine is stored in minus 20 degree and it could be stored up to 6 months. Next, the Pfizer BioNTech, it is also a RNA virus where 2 doses in the interval of 3 weeks could be given, and it has a 95% effectivity. Minus 70 degree is the storage temperature. Gamaleya Institute is also developing a virus, which is a viral vector virus. It gives the dosage is 2 doses in the interval of 3 weeks. 92% effectivity could be shown by this vaccine, and 4 degrees Celsius in right condition is a storage temperature. So the vaccine of Gamaleya Institute is like this. And India is also developing a vaccine by Bharat Biotech or institution. And unlike these all vaccines which I've already discussed, Bharat Biotech is using inactivated viral, total virus for the vaccine purpose. What would be the difference? The difference would be that when the entire inactivated virus encountered into the body, it might develop antibodies against the every means all the surface coat, lipid, surface, spike protein, as well as for the RNA. Means there could be varieties of antibodies produced in the body when the entire virus is encountered in the body or administered into the body, but it has to be inactivated. So could be more effective, but we don't know because they have not claimed any dosage or effectivity. But surely we can hope for the best, and it doesn't even matter. It can be any country can become successful of making their vaccine, because it's a global problem. We should not limit ourselves within these regions or in the countries. Now it's the problem for the whole world. So whichever country produces the vaccine, it would be for the betterment of the humankind. And this is the time we should now cooperate with each other and help each other in this crisis time, because means almost 1 year we are dwelling with this disease, and we are having some uh, different scenario, we are having some different lifestyle. That's why everybody is actually expecting to get back to the previous lifestyle, which was very much normal for us. So, if the vaccine comes, it would be beneficial for the entire humankind. So, why the vaccine comes so late and what was the problem? The problem lies in the clinical trial phase, because the vaccine has to be clinically trial in animal model and then human model as well. But in the case of animal model, some vaccines cannot be effective. Some might be effective in animal model but not effective in human. And in the case of human trial, the problem is the means the volunteers who will participate and who will be eager to help, means eager to donate themselves for the experiment, and they are will be eager to apply that vaccine on their body. So it's a no, means many people don't give the permission, and because human population is so heterogeneous, there are so many different kinds of genotypes present, so much of different kinds of polymorphisms in the genetic level are found. That is why it is becoming a difficult work to ultimately making a successful clinical trial. But all these organizers, I have not mentioned many of them, who are actually working sincerely for the this vaccine development. So we if we all cooperate and have patience within us, we might have a good morning when it will be declared that finally we got our vaccines, and we would be used in using this vaccine for the development of our own immunity, and we will be safe from this COVID. Thank you very much for listening to my video. For such updates and more biology related discussions, subscribe to BioGuide. If you like this video, please like and share, and don't forget to comment. Your all suggestions and comments are highly required for our channel. Thank you very much.